Namaskaram, Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Sloka 25. In this sloka, Bhagavan tells Arjuna, wheeled by my Maya, I am not manifest to all. This deluded world does not recognize me as the unborn and immutable. Bhagavan explains this. Concealed by Maya, called Yoga Maya, I am associated with human form and other generic structures which are special to individuals. Because of this, I am not manifest to all. The foolish, by seeing me, they see me in human form. That is what he refers. The foolish, by seeing in me merely the human form or other generic structures, do not know that my powers are greater than those of Vayu, Indra. So he is referring the celestial gods. And he says, my lustre is more brilliant than that of sun and fire, that though visible to all, I am unborn, I am immutable, the cause of all the worlds, the Lord of all, and that I have assumed a human form, so that all who want can take refuge in me. So Bhagavan explains this through this sloka. And people assume, because Bhagavan has taken the avatar of Kanna, Krishna avatar, and Rama, so the people who do not have knowledge about God, they think that Bhagavan is also born again and again. They do not know that he is unborn. And because of their ignorance, they are not able to understand him. They do not know that he is beyond all that. His past leelas are only give us knowledge about his divine qualities. So in this sloka we find the word Ajaha. That means he is the one who produces everything. That is, he is the one who creates everything. Who is the one who is responsible for the birth of all living creatures, all Jivatmas. And he is unborn. That is not understood by people. And we are all born as per our karma, effects of karma. So we get different bodies. We may be in the form of human, or in the form of animal, or in the form of bird. So that depends on our karma. Bhagavan is beyond all that. He takes the form as per his wish and according to the need. He takes the avatar, or he appears on the earth to protect the good ones and destroy the evil ones. So that is decided by Bhagavan. When to appear, in what form to appear, it is not like us. But people who do not have knowledge about Bhagavan, they think that Bhagavan is also appearing in a human form, and so he is also getting his birth again and again. But it is not so. So here he says, Bhagavan says that he is wheeled by Maya, Yoga Maya. So he is not visible to people. Those who are his devotees, those who are very close to him, those who always keep Bhagavan in their minds, they understand Bhagavan, and Bhagavan gives darshan to such devotees. So those people understand the divine qualities of Bhagavan. So this is what we learn from this sloka. For example, if you take Kuratarvan mentions in one of his scriptures, he says that he asks Rama, you are searching for Sita and you are asking everyone where is Sita, but you have given moksha to Jatayu. So who gives moksha? Only Bhagavan gives. So you are Bhagavan, you know everything, but I am surprised. Why you are asking everyone where Sita is? So people like Kuratalvan understand Bhagavan very well. So because you always think of Bhagavan, the great devotee of Bhagavan. So such people understand Bhagavan, and for those people Bhagavan appears before them. So this is what we learn from this sloka. So the bhakti is very important. So Bhagavan likes his devotees, and he says only those devotees understand me, others do not understand. So the devotees are recognized by Bhagavan. Devotees are loved by Bhagavan. There once a king, Tondaiman. Tondaiman was a great devotee of Bhagavan, and he had problem in sharing the kingdom, because the issue of sharing was between two people, two kings. The one was the son of Akasha Raja, that is Vasudasa. That Vasudasa was a brother of Padmavati Tayar. So Padmavati Tayar wants Bhagavan Srinivasa to support Vasudasa. But Bhagavan wanted to support Tondaiman because he was a great devotee of him. So what did Bhagavan do? How did he reward his devotee? Bhagavan offered, Sri Venkateshwara Bhagavan offered his disc and conch, changu and chakra to Tondaiman to use it in the war, because there was a fight, there was a battle between Vasudasa and Tondaiman regarding the sharing of kingdom. So Bhagavan here supported Vasudasa, but he wanted to help his devotee, the great devotee, Tondaiman. So he gave his changu and chakra to, and he was without an changu chakra during that battle time. So here we find how Bhakta is loved by Bhagavan and how Bhakta is helped by Bhagavan. So Bhagavan takes that responsibility of protecting the Bhakta. So the war ended with a peace, and Tondaiman got the part of the kingdom known as Tondamanadu. And he used to visit Tirumala every day, and he constructed the temple for Bhagavan at Tirumala. And during his old age, he could not move to Tirumala. So he was feeling miserable. He was feeling so sad about it, and he wanted to have darshan of Bhagavan, and he was longing for that. Bhagavan, having understood the devotion of Tondaiman, he appeared in Tondaiman's house itself. Tondaiman constructed a temple in his house and did puja to him every day. And here in this place we find Bhagavan, Sri Venkateshwara, is in the form of Vitiranda Kolam with Sri Devi and Bhudevi. Still we have that. This place is near Kalahasti, where you can have darshan of this Vitiranda Perumal at Tondamanadu. And Bhagavan also offered him moksha, because Bhagavan asked him whether Tondaiman wanted to live for some more time, and Tondaiman said, no, I want to reach you, I want to come to Vaikunta. Then Bhagavan agreed. Then Bhagavan made his wish true. So this is how Tondaiman was loved by Bhagavan, and Tondaiman was given moksha by Bhagavan. So Bhagavan likes his bhaktas, and such bhaktas know Bhagavan. That such bhaktas worship Bhagavan in some rupa. That is why Bhagavan appears in different rupas, because whichever rupam we like, we fix that rupam in our mind and worship and do meditation on God, because it is easier for us to fix that Rupa in our mind. So that is what Bhagavan says. Yes, I appear in different forms, different names, so that the devotees can have me in their mind. So that our focus on the particular Rupa is more easier for us. I mean, we can do meditation on the particular Rupam of Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan understands his bhaktas and he comes to our rescue and he offers us. So, when we are very true devotees, our wishes are granted by Bhagavan. That is what we see in the history of Tondaiman Chakravarti. And there was another great devotee who lived in Sholingar, Dodacharya. This Dodacharya used to visit Kanchipuram, especially during the festival time, and he never missed Garuda Sevai. And during his old age, he could not go. So he was feeling so bad about it, and he was thinking of only Lord Varadaraja. Perumal also missed him. And as soon as he came out, he was looking for Dodachar, and he couldn't find him. Then he thought, no, he was thinking of me, I should appear before him. Then he appeared in Sholingar just before him. And Dodachar was so happy to see Bhagavan, to have the darshan of Bhagavan on Garuda Vagana. Even today, they have a custom of stopping that Garuda Seva procession. When Bhagavan is brought out on Garuda Vagana out of Gopuram, that main entrance, Bhagavan, they stop the procession for some time and they cover the Bhagavan by screen. So that means they believe that Bhagavan is not there for some time. He is visiting the Sholingar, he is visiting his great devotee. Even today they follow that practice. So this is what happens to Bhagavan. So Bhagavan recognizes the devotion. He loves his bhaktas. So this is what we learn from this sloka. So the message is, fix Bhagavan in any form or any name in your mind and concentrate on him and pay true devotion to him and always think of him. And whatever we do, let us offer it to Bhagavan. So such people are loved, such devotees are loved by Bhagavan. Thondaradipudi Alvar, he sang many pasurams, but one of the pasurams relevant to this sloka is from Tirumalai. Tirumalai is a collection of his pasurams. The pasuram is, Meyyarke meyyanagum vidiyila ennai pole, Poyyarke poyyanagum Putkodiyudaya koman, Uyyappo unarvinar katku, Oruvan endru unarnda pinnai, Ayyapaduruthu thondrum, Alaganur arangamandre. So here in this pasuram, Thondaradipudi Alvar says, Bhagavan, a leader who is having the flag, and that flag contains the figure of Garuda. So he says, one who always thinks of him, one is always with the Bhagavan, that is in the thoughts of Bhagavan. He says that Bhagavan reveals his Swarupam to them, reveals his form to such devotees, like what happened to Tondaiman and what happened to Dodachar. People who do not have interest in Bhagavan or do not pay any devotion to Bhagavan and interested in worldly affairs, Bhagavan, he does not appear. He considers them as mudal, foolish, fools. So he says, Meyyan, Poyyan. So one who is a devotee of Bhagavan, Bhagavan is Meyyan for them. And one who is not a devotee, Bhagavan is a Poyyan. That is, the people, they do not have, maybe they do not have faith and they talk ill of scriptures, and such peoples are referred here. And as far as they are concerned, they are Boyan. And he says, Bhagavan is a king of gods with an eagle flag. He is true for people if they think he is true. If they think he is not true, then they are fools. If we we can escape with only by worshipping God. Doubts about God are cleared, will go away. We will not have doubts about God at all. So when you have doubt, we ask God, will you do that? Will you do that? We keep on asking. So we should not have such doubts. We should believe that, yes, God will do. Whatever He does, that is good for me. So we should have such kind of faith in God. That is what referred here. So there should not be doubts. And we worship Him and thinking that whatever He does, yes, it is for good of me. So such people understand Him well, and you find Bhagavan in Srirangam. So he is referring Bhagavan and is talking about Bhagavan, and you find Him in Srirangam, and he says Srirangam is a Tirupati of the beautiful God. So that is a residence of Bhagavan. So this is what referred by Thondaradipudi Alvar in this Pasuram. So he is there for us. He is there in Srirangam. He says, go to Srirangam, and so that is what the last line is. Ayyappad aruthu thondrum alaganur arangam andre. So all our doubts will be removed, and he will understand that Srirangam is the Tirupati of beautiful God. So is highlighting the place Srirangam. So he is talking about the divine qualities of Bhagavan, the great qualities of Bhagavan, and Thondaradipudi is saying that who are the ones who are recognized by God, and who are the ones who are referred as fools by God. And he talks about Srirangam too, because such a God is in Srirangam. So the Srirangam is a holy place for all the people who all worship Bhagavan Vishnu. So he is there in the form of Ranganatha. So these Pasurams and the life histories of Thondaiman Chakravarti, Dondacharya, they all make us to become more involved in Bhagavan. So they help us to understand Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan has three energies, Yogamaya, Souls, Maya. He descends by virtue of his Yogamaya energy. And he reveals his pastime, his divine abode and divine bliss, love on earth. So Yogamaya power keeps his divinity only by gods. So who all are bhaktas of Bhagavan, we get that opportunity to have darshan of Bhagavan. So Yogamaya bestows upon his divine vision that allows us to recognize and see God. Because sometimes even Bhagavan comes before us, we do not recognize Him. So that is what Sloka says. For that we should know about Bhagavan. Only then we can recognize Bhagavan. So here he says that Yogamaya bestows upon his divine vision. So we get, Bhagavan makes us understand, and Bhagavan gives us the vision to see Him. Like how Sanjayan got that vision to witness everything, that Bhagavad Gita, the Upadesam. So we should have, because he was a great devotee. So the devotees only, they are benefited or privileged. Bhagavan loves the devotees.